All right, folks. So this is the second video on our recent cruise to Nassau, Bahamas on the Royal Caribbean Utopia of the Seas. This was a 4-night cruise we went on with my family, which departed from Cape Canaveral, Florida to Nassau, Bahamas, and CocoCay, which is Royal Caribbean's private island. So I'd like to share my experience. And this is a massive ship which can accommodate almost 8,000 guests and crew members. So instead of trying to do this in one big video, I will reveal our entire review over a series of videos. So in this video, I'll focus on stateroom and give you a tour of the room that we stayed in. Then I will highlight the decor and my highlights of some of the ship activities. The focus of this review is to give you the tips and insights to make your experience more enjoyable so that you get the most out of your cruising experience. Without further ado, let's get started. Go. So when it comes to staterooms on the Utopia of the Seas, there are 4 primarily stateroom choices. You have inside, outside view, balcony, and then the suite. We chose a balcony room. Now, when it comes to balconies, there are ocean view and inside view of either Central Park or the Boardwalk. Specifically, we chose the Boardwalk Balcony Accessible Room. I purposely booked an accessible room since I was traveling with my lovely mother who is in her mid-80s and requires additional accessories to facilitate her activities of daily living that some seniors who are well into their slow-go years sometimes need. Things like a raised toilet seat and I've fallen, I can't get up button, aka emergency notification, right? So this is exactly what this accessible room provided. And by the way, my mother is a lovely person. She's 86 and is still relatively independent with the right accessible, durable equipment. Love you, Mom. Now, an unexpected and welcome feature that came with this room was the additional square footage. The standard balcony rooms are 191 square feet. The accessible room that we had is large enough to accommodate a wheelchair or scooter. So it's about 1/3 larger than the standard balcony rooms. So this brings it to about the size of a standard hotel room. So with 3 people in the room, it was nice having that additional space. So in fact, other guests passing by the room were curious and on a few occasions asked to have a look. One lady in particular commented that she planned to book that room type on their next cruise just for the space. So I caution you to be careful about booking accessible room if you do not actually need accessible amenities. Bottom line, you don't want to deny any individual who actually needs it. Now, with that said, this makes this room one of the best kept secrets when it comes to staterooms on this ship. And the reason why, you are not paying anything extra for the extra space. It's 288 square feet, which is just 12 square feet shy of the junior suites, which are 301 square feet. Besides, there appears to be only about 20 of these accessible balcony rooms on the entire ship. Now, there are other accessible rooms, but they're junior suites on deck 14 or interior rooms on deck 6. That's about it. So you can see how these rooms are so desirable. Due to the extra space, our room became the de facto hangout spot for my brother's family who had 2 young children. Even though they also had a boardwalk balcony, their standard room did appear a bit cramped compared to ours. So folks, here's a tour of our balcony room. Okay, so this is our stateroom on deck 14, 301. So we just wave that in front of the door and look what happens.
Come over on this side.
It comes over.
Oh, okay.
And all right, so this is our stateroom, and got my mom's cane over there. Careful, Mom, careful. Okay, the door's gonna beat up my mom. All right, so it's actually kind of a roomy stateroom, and you step out here. Watch that, Mom. And then you got this here. All right, we're towards the aft of the ship. Got Utopia of the Seas. We got people looking into our stateroom. Okay, down below, right? You got all types of, that's called what, the atrium, I guess. All right. Got the lunchroom up there. Okay, coming back in. This is kind of what it looks like. Okay. All right. Got the music playing. Got your cruise compass, lets you know what's going on every day. Got some hair dryer, some facial tissue, some other drawer space. Look at that. Got the slow close kind of. Whoop. Got some room. Let me guess. A mini fridge. Yep. Got the mini fridge and got the mini fridge going on. And this got some closet space. We need to figure out where the lights are. But the bathroom is a nice size. All right, let's go check out the bathroom next. Oh, there we go. Sinisa figured out the. Put your card in. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so you have to put your card in. Any housekeeping, please scan code. Okay, we don't need that. Let's see if that, okay. Got your safety. It says your assembly station is F, all right? Tells you how to put on your life preserver. And let's check out the bathroom. Oh, nice size bathroom. Not bad. Nice size bathroom. Got a little bit more space than we got the emergency pull for people like my mom who may need that. Okay. This is a decent sized bathroom. Yeah. This is a wheelchair room, as you can see. But we wanted to make sure that my mom could get around if we needed to. All right. And got a little phone on the wall, a little pull cord, emergency pull cord. And I don't know if I'm digging this, but it is what it is. For
a wheelchair.
Yeah. So if you had a wheelchair, this is what you have. So, and maybe this is a little bit bigger. This room is a little bit bigger because of the wheelchair. So, but yeah, so this is a boardwalk balcony wheelchair access for Utopia of the Seas, folks. Utopia of the Seas. Now let's discuss the overall decor of the ship. I think Royal Caribbean got this right for the most part. I don't have a great deal of cruising experience, but I've been on about 10 different cruises with 4 different cruise lines, including Norwegian Cruise Line, Diamond Princess, Carnival, and several other Royal Caribbean cruises. And there have been others which have had ritzy chandeliers and other furnishings. But let me tell you, there are some areas on the Utopia of the Seas which I definitely found aesthetically pleasing compared to what I've seen in the past. But then again, there are other areas of the ship which are unimpressively bland. For example, the areas around both the forward and the aft elevator shafts had several very colorful manta rays and other hanging decorative pieces hanging from the ceiling, which looked totally awesome from every angle. Now the same was with areas throughout the Royal Promenade and around the main dining room. But then the stateroom hallways looked very much like all the other cruise lines out there, with narrow corridors, the standard cruise ship carpet, same standard looking wall panels and metal stateroom doors. Did I mention the hallways near the staterooms were narrow? They probably weren't as narrow as any other ship, but since the ship is so long, it seemed that way. The ship is almost 1,200 feet long. That's almost 4 NFL football fields, y'all, without the end zones. So this ship was just too large to see it all in the short time that we're on the cruise. However, I will highlight some of the must-see areas. The first is Central Park, located midship on deck 8. This area gives you the feeling of being not at sea, since you're surrounded by green foliage, restaurants, and open skies. This area was relatively quieter when there wasn't sound pouring in from the music festivities from the pool decks above. The other location mentioning is the Solarium located on decks 14 and 15 forward. This is the adult-only part of the ship, which has an enclosed skylit deck, which has lounge chairs, round cushioned bed-like chaises, a couple of whirlpools, and it even has its own complimentary buffet restaurant called the Solarium Bistro. This bistro seemed to offer the same food as the Windjammer. This area seemed to be a quiet little getaway since you need to be over 18 in order to enter. The staff were actually doing a pretty good job at keeping the minors out, as I saw them tactfully kick out several during the time that we were there. The second morning, we had breakfast with a woman who stated that she wasn't having such a great time due to the noise and too many youngsters on the ship. We informed her about the Solarium, which she was excited to check out as soon as she finished breakfast. Funny, we ran into her the last day where she mentioned that she was having a better time. I didn't ask her, but it was likely due to the Solarium. Of course, the ship has all the family-friendly activities as well, which can be found on deck 15 midship with several pools and splash-away bay on deck 16 aft. There's the sports court, the mini golf, the flow rider, which is surfing. They have a zip line, the ultimate abyss, which is a dry slide. And also on the boardwalk on deck 7 aft, they had activities for smaller children, such as the carousel and another little playground. Lastly, I'll discuss the spa and the fitness center, which are co-located on deck 6 forward. You had to walk through the Vitality Spa to get to the fitness center, which is not an uncommon feature of these type of ships. What this does is increases the likelihood of interaction with the spa staff as you enter and exit. The gym itself was pretty large and it had a good combination of cardio, weight-bearing machines, and also free weights. We primarily saw life fitness machines. On the first wake up as we're pulling into the port of Nassau, that gym was full. But for some reason, it was not as full the subsequent mornings. There was one other entrance and exit to the gym which led you down a staircase to the jogging track on deck 5. You could tell Royal Caribbean put quite a bit of thought into having activities for all ages. Probably wasn't conducive for infants. Otherwise, there seemed to be something for everyone. Toddlers age 6 up to the seniors age 60 plus could find something to do. So folks, in our next video, I'll discuss the food and beverage situation and our dining experience. And then also I'll discuss my thoughts on the food. So folks, I hope you got something out of this video. And if you want to see more, please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. And I will try not to disappoint. Until the next video, farewell for now.